Hello losers, it's Ito here, and I'm back for another video. This week, I wanted to talk to you guys about something everyone finds interesting, magic. Specifically, heroes that use magic to fight. This one's gonna be pretty cool because every single one of these heroes has such a cool backstory or such unique, mysterious powers that are far from cookie cutter. So when it comes to videos like these, when I have a list of characters I want to go through, I usually like to start off with the most obvious choice. This time, the honor falls on Doctor Strange, the one and only Sorcerer Supreme himself. Stephen Strange first appeared in 1963's Strange Tales number 110 and was created to give readers a more different kind of hero. Stephen Strange started off as a successful yet elitist neurosurgeon, and that in a cruel twist of fate suffered permanent nerve damage in his hands through a car accident, leaving him unable to continue his career. Desperate and unwilling to accept his fate, Strange dried up his funds in search of any kind of holistic or otherwise non-traditional miracle cure. At the end of his rope, his search led him to Tibet, where he encountered the Ancient One, a mystic that held the title of Sorcerer Supreme. Strange didn't regain his ability to perform surgery, but as a student under the Ancient One, he became a master of the mystic arts and was eventually passed down the role of Sorcerer Supreme. It's a position that officially marked him as the greatest defense against any magical threats to the earth. Over the years, the Sorcerer has faced off against dangerous enemies like Baron Mordo, Nightmare, and of course, Dormammu, the ruler of the Dark Dimension. Accepting his fate as a lonely one, Doctor Strange doesn't often venture too far from his usual crime-fighting MO, but he's definitely gained many allies along the way. One of the most notable heroes to win him over as a friend is everyone's favorite Web Slinger. His unique abilities often have others seeking out his help. He's able to manipulate ambient mystical energy that manifests in different shapes and forms, such as blasts, shields, slashes, binds, and way more. He's been shown astral projecting using hypnosis, telekinesis, and he's able to invoke and call upon the power of much greater beings. He also uses an array of mystical artifacts, most famous being his Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Agamotto. Up next is another doctor, this one without a PhD. Dr. Fate. This character has been around since 1940 when he came out in More Fun Comics number 55. The original version of the character was created by Gardner Fox and Howard Sherman, but this is one of those characters that's had a ton of reincarnations over time. It can get pretty confusing to keep track of, but all you need to know is this. Dr. Fate is the alias of whomever is the current wielder of the Helmet of Fate, an artifact imprinted with the very soul and essence of Naboo, an ancient being part of the Lords of Order. To put things simply, Lords of Order, Lords of Chaos, they basically fall into that classic good versus evil thing. Like I said, in the past 100 years alone in the comics, there have been tons of Dr. Fates, but what they all have in common is that they're incredibly strong. Like most powerful DC magic hero on Earth strong. Among his mastery of spellcasting, he can travel between dimensions and time, teleport, wield fire and lightning, become intangible, astral project, and turn invisible. He also happens to be my favorite character on Injustice 2. The next hero in this video is Zatanna Zatara. Y'all should know from the previous video I made about black superheroes that I love strong female characters. Zatanna comfortably falls into this category. Her first appearance was in Hawkman number 4, all the way back in 1964. She's a great stage magician and of course actual magician that's proven herself more than enough times with her abilities. Her father is Giovanni Zatara, who by the way was introduced in Action Comics number 1 in 1938. Her mother is a Homo Magi, which is a sub-race of humans naturally connected to magic. Zatanna can be pretty flashy and her abilities pretty vast and at times connected to her emotions. The way she focuses her powers is through speaking her spells and incantations backwards like her father. But on occasion, she's been able to cast without the use of her voice. She's adept at elemental magic, transmogrification, healing magic, telekinesis, telepathy, teleportation, and a lot more. The only real limit that's been established with her magic is that she can bring back the dead. She's crazy capable of kicking ass, and out of everyone in the Justice League, she's the go-to for magic expertise. Okay, so now that we've talked about Dr. Fate, Zatanna, and Doctor Strange, it's time to bring out my favorite character on this list. John Constantine is pretty different from the rest of the characters in this video. His first appearance was as a side character in the Saga of Swamp Thing number 37 in 1985, but his popularity landed him a titular role in his own comic, Hellblazer, in 1988. It's the longest running series published by Vertigo, an imprint of DC Comics. Vertigo was the source of all the darker comics containing more mature content like sexuality, nudity, profanity, and explicit violence, stuff like that. The character himself was modeled after Sting, the lead singer of The Police. He's charismatic yet cynical, passionate yet dismissive in some ways. Overall, John Constantine is a good guy. His morals are just pretty gray at best. In all honesty, he's better classified as an anti-hero. He's made his fair share of mistakes and he's got no concrete allegiances, but deep down, John always wants to do the right thing. He's a master of the occult, an expert demonologist, and exorcist. Unlike everyone else I brought up so far, he's not afraid to utilize the dark arts. He's known for his signature trench coat and smoking cigarette usually hanging from his lips. And he's had many romantic relationships over the years, with both women and men, human or otherwise. One person he's been linked to is Zatanna herself. His supernatural abilities involve the usual stuff like telekinesis, pyrokinesis, illusion work, chronokinesis, and necromancy, and more. But he usually relies more on his other less magical abilities despite being one of the strongest sorcerers in the DC universe. He's an expert thief and extremely talented detective. He's just as good at making allies as he is making enemies and has come in handy so many times whenever he needed a specific skill set to accomplish his mission. One of his greatest assets is his ability to con just about anyone. At his peak, he's even fooled death itself by allowing himself to be killed and simply using his occult knowledge to just walk out of the afterlife. Ugh. Magic is so cool no matter what the media, but what I love about it in comics so much is that no matter how long these characters have been around for, they never seem to lose that trademark mystery behind them. The laws of magic are always so fluid and wonderful and awe-inspiring. Reading about these characters just reminds me of why I love comics so much. I really hope you guys liked this video and hopefully I sparked some interest in some of these characters if you didn't know too much about them before. I'd love to hear which one of these characters is your favorite in the comments below. I'd also appreciate a like on the video, and if you haven't already and you've got the time, how about a quick click on the subscribe button? But seriously, for today though, that's all I've got. So until next time, I'll see you later, losers.